Hello everyone, my name is ABA Pickle and welcome back to the second Extinction tips and tricks for beginners. Today we're going to be going over another weapon review, and today we're going to be going over the shotgun. For those curious, yes, I do plan on doing some hero reviews, as I've stated in the comments. I was going to do a mirror, but I ended up realizing I don't really know how to play a mirror, and after I took a little bit of a break from this game, I'm bad. I'm very bad at the game right now. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of a week to get a little better with him and also reacquaint myself with this game. So today we're just going to be doing a weapon review. Thank you for the patience on getting those character reviews out. So today for the shotgun, we have a area of effect build. So this build specifically works really well with when you're trying to take care of crowds, like a bunch of raptors, and maybe some of those enraged events. Not specifically the one that's where is it today? In Aga Hills. This one just has an enraged T-Rex, which this build is not good for. I figured that out the hard way. No, you will not see the footage. I'm bad, very bad. So anyway, so today the build revolves around using double tap, which fires 2 rounds in quick succession when you aim down sights. Penetrating rounds, which all rounds go through enemies, and Dragon's Breath, which lays down a wall of fire, a small little wall of fire, and if you just, over and over again, you can create yourself a little, giant wall of fire, which is pretty cool. And the DPS on it's pretty good. You catch them on fire. That added damage is really helpful in certain situations for bigger dinos like T-Rexes and flatbacks, and try the bulls. This damage is just, it's crazy, this build, what it can put out. The other build we're going to show off today as well revolves around more aiming down sights, which you're going to pick up Scythe, you're going to pick up Focus, Double Tap, and the Reflex Sight. Because this build right here, you're going to be aiming down sights a bunch. So you have, the aimed out sights from double tap to get 2 quick rounds out. You have Focus, which reduces your spread and increases your range the longer the weapon is aimed down sights, which with this build, that's all you're going to be doing. And then Scythe, which alters the firing pattern. Instead of just being like a good old diamond, just shooting your typical spread, it makes it more horizontal and takes away the vertical aspect for the most part. Then you have a Reflex Sight to, make sure you're staying accurate. So the point of this build is basically to make a slug shot, which is pretty good. But first one we're going to be showing you here today is going to be this build right here. So this is the build overall that I recommend if you're going for crowd control. The other one is more of a single target damage. So let's get on into it, and I'll find a good situation to show you guys. Okay, so for today's gameplay, I'm going to be using Rosie as always. Every single chance I can, I'm going to use her, especially because I'm a little out of practice with this game, as I've stated. I'm not very good at the moment, so I'm going to be using Rosie to make sure I can compensate for my lack of skill. We're going to be doing an expedition, and there's an extermination which I'm going to do, which is up here in a lot of plains. So as soon as I get there, I'll let you guys know. So a good little what's it called, synergy with the shotgun here is when you have it with Rosie. So not only do you have her trick spikes here, which these in their own regard are good to do crowd control, and if you can get someone stuck in here, it does damage to them. Look, it's hitting him for damage. And then on top of that, if you add a wall of fire, that's just another level of damage that can be used. So this right here is a really good synergy, and normally I recommend bringing a rocket launcher or a minigun with Rosie, but if you're using this build with a shotgun, it just leads to really good crowd control. And Raptors will basically, as long as you have good placement with your static barriers and good distancing between them, you're going to catch a lot of Raptors, even some flatbacks, some bulls in there. and it'll become a lot easier for you to handle big hordes of dinos. So, and also just the amazing damage that you can get out of the shotgun. Definitely worth it. All right, so we are here at the exterminate area. I was going to start going to town. As you can see, I've stunned the bull here a little bit there, adding to my DPS output. You get that fire under him. You can get hit by a raptor in the back. But always cool. But the double tap takes care of him real quick. Takes care of that bull. No issue. Down that fire and the giant group of raptors here. Take care of them nice and quick. As you can see, like, raptors will gather up very slowly. To my location here, Rosie keeps my health up high, and the amount of DPS you can in fact get out of this, like, it's ridiculous. And then the crowd control is just almost unmatched for any other shotgun build. It's less of a direct damage build and more of a, I'm going to not make sure everything cannot touch me as much, stun everything, get that DPS going. It doesn't do the highest damage though, which is the one fault of it. In comparison to like other weapons, like say the carbine rifle, which just does a nutty amount of damage. We have run out of ammo. Yeah. And there we go. So I hope that was a good example of this build and its strengths. And if I were, you know, better at the game at the moment, I'd probably be giving some better examples. But at the moment, I'm rusty. So let's go and try to find another good situation to show off the other build, and then I'll be right back as soon as I can find one. See you guys in a second. So as I said, here's the other build here, running double tap, focus, reflex sight, and scythe. So this is more of a direct damage where it takes all the pellets and just puts them in super close. I won't have that crowd control help me out from the Dragon's Breath perk, but I'm pretty sure that'll be fine. I'm gonna run Rosie again, same build. Ammo kip, equipment drop, health stem with the revolver to help reload myself when I need it. But I will say, for this, if you're running Rosie with a shotgun, you don't really need that quick draw idle hands combo there. So if you wanted to, you could try to bring up the pistol or the SMG. Personally, right now, I'm going to bring the pistol just to switch some things up. Any three of the secondaries would work perfectly fine for with this shotgun because it doesn't take long to reload. It's not too taxing if you bring something else. And the revolver, while it's fun, can be a little bit inaccurate at times, and sometimes you just need a little bit more reliable, consistent damage. So as you can see, so this is your typical spread of the shotgun with scythe equipped. When you hip fire, it's more of a horizontal, increases your range a little bit. So we're going to aim down sights for a little bit. 1, 2, 3. As you can see, as I'm aiming down sights, if we go from this to this, it still has that range drop off for damage because it is a shotgun after all. But I can more reliably hit, say, that drone over there. It does more of an exact line than opposed to just a bunch of bullets just flying out at you. So it's a lot better for your grouping. I'd say out of the two builds, I'd recommend the first one a little bit more. It's a lot more versatile. You're able to handle crowds a lot better. This one's gonna be better for like, you know, individual like single target damage, like I was saying before, like on flatbacks, on bulls, maybe T-Rexes. Still not too certain on that one, so this is definitely not a weapon I'd recommend bringing to a T-Rex fight. If you want to know what I recommend bringing to a T-Rex fight, I have a video on the carbine rifle. There's a specific build that kills T-Rexes in under a minute, and I highly recommend that more so. So, we're just gonna skip past these burrows. I need to go find myself a bowl of sorts. So, you guys can have fun, you cuties. Maybe, actually. I guess I could show an example of it. See, it's not bad against, like, you know, groups like this, because you do have that double tap. And it's going to be really helpful, just regardless. Being able to pump out the damage with the double tap, having reliable, accurate damage. It's good on taking down hives. The main issue I have with the shotgun sometimes is just the pellets just don't really hit. And now with this build, you know that it's going to be a little bit more consistent. You're going to be able to hit at a range instead. So like that guy over there, not a problem. It's causing the ragdoll, reload, switch weapon. And I had time to do all that before he could get up. Also, it's important to know you probably should also be using the static barriers, unlike myself. I completely forgot, to be honest. So that it really puts the dinos in a bad situation. And just easy pickings, like a raptor in a static field. Like a fish in a barrel thing. Oh, hey, look at that, a bull. All right, oh, ow. This is a good time to use a good situation here. It'll just pop up. As you can see, it's a lot more consistently hitting the bull. I mean, it's not super inconsistent than it was before. But like, for example, if you're going to try and fight T-Rex, having that horizontal spread would be a lot better than just the weird spread that it has, because it'll definitely hit the throat a lot more. And you'll have a lot more reliable damage against it. So, this has been my little shotgun review. I recommend it. It's definitely a strong weapon. If you like shotguns, the shotgun in this game is not bad. There's definitely weapons I would take over it. Like right now, I think if you're on Rosie, I would take the minigun over it. And the rocket launcher. Not saying this is a bad weapon by any means. As you've seen, I can chop through enemies. The carbine rifle right now is a little bit busted until they update it. So obviously I'm going to say take that above this. But this is definitely a solid choice, especially because it's one of those weapons that you start off at the beginning with. You can't go wrong with this thing. These are the two builds that I recommend, but without a doubt, there's a lot of viable builds with this thing. It's a fucking shotgun. It is a boom boom stick. It is the war crime machine. So it's hard to just not recommend this thing. I'd say this would be your middle ground. Like on Ortega, this would be a supplementary weapon with like the assault rifle as your primary. Rosie, if you're just getting bored of using the minigun, because all it does is burst, and you can't go wrong with it. That's what I'm fluffing my words here. So if you enjoyed the video, let me know down in the comments below. And if there's any other game you'd like to see me play, let me know as well. And if there's any other weapon you'd like to see me review, I will definitely get on as soon as I can. My name is Ave Pickle, and thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye! Man. Am I still firing? I am. Man. This is not how I expected all this to go. What just happened?